Okay guys, how y'all doing this afternoon? This is Angie Peppers. I'm doing today's segment on pruning your pepper plants. This is probably one of the hardest things about gardening for me. I am learning a little bit as I go along, educating myself through other people's postings and reading up on it. So I have these, as you know, if you've been keeping up with my segments, I have some habanero plants growing. They're about a couple months old now. Um, as you can see, they've gotten pretty big. Some of them are getting bigger now. So what I decided to do, I usually don't prune my plants, but like I said, I've been doing some research on it, and it looks like they're just going to do a lot better if I do that. And basically what I've learned is by pruning your plants when they're very young like this, as you can see, they're not bearing any peppers or anything now. The best thing to do is you start pruning them back. In this case, I kind of waited a little bit too long. See, I'm going to be losing a couple of peppers, but that's okay. What you'll do is you'll just be cutting a little bit off from the top. As you can see, this one was up here, and I basically cut it at an angle. I've learned that if you do cut it a little bit at an angle, you just get yourself some scissors. Cut a little bit at an angle so when the rain falls, it doesn't land on it and sits there. It causes any kind of rotting on the plant. So basically, just like I said, I feel horrible about doing this, but I just feel like, see how all the leaves, we're gonna cut the top off. I think they call it like topping off or pruning. And then basically I'm just going to do that very quickly to some of these plants. As you can see, this one's a little bit kind of the same thing for it here. So basically there's really no rule as far as where exactly to cut it, but you always want to look to see where there's a lot of the little stems growing. You always want to try to cut at the main stem, as you can see there. So basically, again, I'm going to do the same thing at an angle and just cut it right here. Okay, I just hate to do that. It just looks so horrible. But I'll be following up on them with you, checking the status on them. As you can see, this one. See this little tiny guy, this one looks like it's a little bit, see that I was talking about the little ones. You see how it's starting to grow taller and there's like no foliage, there's no growth here. What I'm going to do also is I'm going to cut at the top also. I'm going to just cut a little bit and at an angle. So hopefully we can get this little guy to branch out and grow more. Just this one's really a little right here. I had to kind of move my plants around me because it was gonna get a little rainy here. It's supposed to get real windy and everything, but nothing happened here. So there we go with this one as well. So here's so you can see, this is horrible, painful for me to see this, but I'm really excited to see the end results. So going along here, got a lot of work still to do, guys. So basically I'm just going to show you, I'll be showing you one more. See how this little guy already started branching out here? I'm going to go ahead and cut it right here at the tip. And again, it's very painful to watch, but I'm really interested to see how these pepper plants will be just doing so much better. You see how it's starting to get taller and less leaves are starting to grow on it? Because from what I read is a lot of the hormones are concentrated at the very top when the plant is first growing, and we need to shoot some of that hormone growth to get it back, to shoot back down to the bottom of the plant so that it can produce even and equal foliage, if not more. So this one, like I said, I waited a little bit longer, but I think it's still going to be okay. See how they kind of started flowering? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just trim it, cut it anyway. and I'm just very optimistic that it's gonna grow back. So again, it looks very painful, but I know it's gonna be okay. Remember to kind of snip it at an angle. Scary to watch, I know. So hopefully you guys will be able to see when I come back. I'd say probably in about a couple of weeks, or maybe a week or so, I'll be checking back with you guys on this. See, I just wanted to, it's supposed to get fuller and be able to throw out a lot more peppers, a lot more pepper production, and that's what I'm looking for. So I'll do one more with you guys, and then at an angle. Oh, okay. So just like I said, pruning my habanero peppers, and I'm gonna just be showing you guys the end result of what happens to the plants. Okay, so I'll keep y'all posted, and you guys have a great evening.